These stealthy tiger claws will protect you on your next jog. Want to stun your enemies with a simple USB stick? We've got you covered. And this right here is the most advanced self-defense pen in the world. Here are some of the latest self-defense gadgets you have to see. Starting with this retractable claw by Tiger Lady. At its default position, it just looks like a foam stress reliever for fidgeting, but when you actually squeeze the claw, the 3 hidden blades reveal themselves and turn into a sharp knuckle duster. The foam isn't just for hiding the blades though, it also prevents hand injuries when scratching or punching someone by absorbing the brunt of the force. And that's not all, it even has channels built into the underside of the claw to collect DNA. So, rest assured, not only will your assailant regret ever coming up against you, but they'll also be very easy to track down. Now, pepper sprays on the other hand are nothing new, and they aren't really effective from a distance, except for this aim and fire pepper gel gun by Saber. It may look like a plastic Nerf gun, but make no mistake, you don't want to be caught in its crossfire. The Saber shoots super powerful gel projectiles that carry condensed pepper as far as 15 feet, which is pretty much the same length as a parking spot, and upon contact, they leave an incredibly strong burning sensation. The full-size pistol grip and no recoil shooting system ensure you don't miss any of your shots. Also, if you get a direct hit, it's also going to mark your attacker with a UV dye, meaning that it's going to be really easy for the police to track down your attacker. Now, it's kind of hard to remember to pack your self-defense tools on a daily basis. That is, unless they're ingrained in your clothing. And this hat by Gotcha Cap is hiding a pretty deadly secret. Much like the Peaky Blinders, the cap's got a sharp self-defense tool tucked away underneath the visor. All you've got to do is reach up and pull it out. Once you've got it in your hands, it can either be used as a knife or a very sharp knuckle duster. Thanks to its grooved grip, there's no chance of it slipping out of your hand either, and after you're done, you can simply put it back in its compartment in the cap. Now, you may not wear your cap every day, but you'll always take your house keys with you, and this CRKT Tactical Key Tool has got some really cool tricks up its sleeve. You can disguise it with the rest of your keys and even get it past security most of the time. But the hidden feature is a screwdriver head that's almost shaped like a knife. Plus, the soft nylon material ensures that you've got a firm grip at all times. The blade itself isn't just for stabbing though, as it's also strong enough to break a car window in an emergency. And this tactical pen by OTF can do a lot more than just write. Carved out of carbon steel, this bad boy is not just smooth for writing, it's pretty much indestructible. But the key feature here is a secret blade hidden inside its ink compartment, and all you've got to do is push up on the switch to reveal it. Now, most hidden blades are pretty short, but this one's almost longer than an index finger, making it ideal for combat. And the pen's got rugged grips near the bottom half for a tight grip. Also, there's a safety valve on the side, just to make sure you don't accidentally uncover the blade in your pocket. Now, sometimes your attacker may be your enemy's dog or a mistrusting stray, and let's face it, dog attacks are tricky to deal with, especially if you don't want to hurt them. Luckily, the Dog Dazer 2 can tame any aggressive dog without harming them. It's an ultrasonic deterrent that sends a super high-pitched sound only dogs can hear, and they don't like it one bit. It's so effective, it can repel them from almost 200 yards away. So you'll be rid of your assailant the second you see them coming, all without anyone getting hurt. On the off chance you do want to stun your assailant, this Zap Blast Zap Pack is all the electricity your fist will ever need. Not only does it give your punches that extra bit of oomph with its brass construction, it also adds 1,000,000 volts of electricity. With that sort of power, you're pretty much guaranteed to knock someone out with a single hit. Plus, just to make sure that you don't lose your grip while fighting, the handle is also coated with soft rubber, and in case you're worried about any accidental discharge, then it's got a safety switch on the side too. Now, let's be honest, sometimes you can't fight and need to call for help instead, which is where this tiny defense siren comes in handy. Dubbed the definitive personal safety alarm, it's activated by pulling out the pin, just like a hand grenade, and when it's on, it gets loud enough to be heard across a city block. At 130 decibels, it's even louder than a jet taking off. At that point, it's definitely more than enough to disorient anyone. In fact, it could technically cause hearing damage if someone gets close enough. What's more, it also comes with a super bright LED that starts flashing alongside the siren. To turn it off though, all you've got to do is slide the pin back in. But that's not all, because this siren's also fully weatherproof, meaning that it'll work in the rain or even during a snowstorm. And with a battery that lasts for an entire year, you won't have to worry about charging it either. Made for runners, the Instafire turns a full-size pepper spray into a hand sleeve. Made out of sweat-proof nylon material, it's fully breathable and won't irritate your hand. And with a glove fitting, you don't have to worry about it slipping out either. so you can go about your daily jog without losing any mobility. Also, since the button's right next to your thumb, activating it isn't going to be an issue either. Once activated, it can throw spray accurately up to a distance of 16 feet, which, by the way, is almost as long as a mid-sized car. What's more, the sleeve has a high-vis reflective layer on it which can be seen from 3 city blocks away. And not only does that protect you from attackers, but it also prevents any traffic accidents at night. Now, most self-defense rings are bulky and obvious, but this is the stealthiest, most elegant self-defense ring you'll ever see. It's a very normal looking ring that also happens to have a spike on it. Plus, with a titanium construction, the sharp spike can put a dent in pretty much everything, including metal. And since it isn't actually hidden, you don't have to do anything to activate it either. All you need here is a strong grip. That said, there's still ample padding inside the ring just so you don't injure yourself while using it. Now, this emergency hammer is the perfect vehicle escape tool. The spring-loaded window punch, for instance, doesn't require any force for breaking tempered glass. Instead, all you've got to do is simply press it against a window to shatter it. If that doesn't work though, then you've got a hardened steel hammerhead, which can break pretty much everything. So whether it's a lock or a window, the Stinger's got you covered. What's more, there's a razor-sharp seatbelt cutter at the back too, which can cut through a safety belt like it's paper. And to top it all off, the anti-skid rubber handle ensures that you've got a firm grip at all times. This is the most advanced tactical pen on the market. Not only is it really smooth for writing, but it's also pretty deadly, as its nib is sharp enough to stab someone. And with a rugged military-grade build, there's no chance of it breaking either. Also, you don't want to be caught with a knife or a gun in the wrong side of the state line, so this is a perfectly legal middle ground for self-defense. That's not all though, because behind that back cover is an actual glass breaker, which can be very useful for getting out of sticky situations. Now here's a stealthy USB flash drive that can actually shock people. Sadly, it won't store any data on it, but hey, it's got a real stun gun hidden inside it. Don't let its small size deceive you though, because it can literally send out 22 million volts of electricity. For context, that's almost as strong as a full-size stun gun. Also, there's no complicated activation process as it's just a single button, and with the keyring lanyard, you can attach it straight to your keys for concealed carry. This is one of the most unique takes on a self-defense gadget, as it's neither a stun gun nor a pepper spray. Instead, it uses non-lethal chemical rounds to protect you from assailants. The projectiles work by seeping through clothing and making contact with the skin. Once they've reached their destination, they start sending pain and heat signals to the attacker, so the targets will instantly start to experience intense burning on the skin, difficulty seeing, coughing, and just general discomfort. But it has other tricks up its sleeve too, like a laser aim assist or a bright stun light. You can even use it with either hand, thanks to the double-sided safety. In fact, the hero is so effective and unconventional that it has multiple Self-Defense Product of the Year awards to its name. Alright, that's a wrap for today. See you in the next one.